Good day, students. Welcome to Mathgotserved.com. In this clip, we're going to be going over section 1.4c of our virtual geometry text basics unit, focusing on how to sketch angles by their classifications. Don't forget, we have 6 practice problems at the end of this tutorial that we'd like you to try out in order for you to demonstrate mastery of the contents of this tutorial. Alrighty, in the examples we're going to be working on, we're going to be given a verbal description of an angle, and we're going to sketch the angle based on the verbal description. Okay, so let's take a look at the 6 classification of angles that we're going to be using for this presentation. We went over them in the previous 2 installments. So remember ArrowSurf, right? ArrowSurf is the acronym that can help you remember what the classification of angles are from 0 to 360. A stands for acute angle. Okay, so what is an acute angle? An acute angle is basically an angle that's anywhere between 0 and 90 degrees. It resides in quadrant 1 of an angle in standard position. R stands for right angle, and right angle basically represents angles that are equal to 90 degrees. So if you're in the positive y-axis of an angle in standard position, you will have a right angle. And then next, the O in ArrowSurf stands for obtuse angle. What are obtuse angles? Obtuse angles are angles that are between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. These are in quadrant 2 of an angle in standard position. And then we have straight angles. A straight angle is basically 2 right angles. Okay, a straight angle is an angle that is equal to 180 degrees. When it's graphed, it basically forms a straight line. That's why it's called a straight angle. All right, so that's the S in ArrowSurf. And then the R, there are 2 R's. First one is right angle. The second one is reflex angle. What are reflex angles? Well, a reflex angle is an angle that resides between 180 degrees and 360 degrees. So it basically constitutes the third, fourth quadrant and the negative y-axis. And then lastly, for F in ArrowSurf, we have the full angle. Okay, full angle is made up of either 4 rights or 2 straight angles, and they're basically equal to 360 degrees. It's called a full angle because it's full circle. All right, so let's give you a visual representation of what we're looking at right here real quick. So let's sketch the angles. So let's draw a compass. So that's east, west, north, and south. So if you were in anywhere in quadrant 1, that's an acute angle. All right, because you're between 0 and 90 degrees. If you're right on top of 90 degrees, guess what? You are a right angle. Okay, if you're anywhere between 90 degrees and 180 degrees, namely quadrant 2, guess what? You are an obtuse angle. So this is obtuse. So this is arrow. And then if you're right on the negative x-axis, the 180 degrees, this is a straight angle right here, straight. And then if you're anywhere here between 180 and 360 degrees, which is coterminal with 0, that is known as a reflex angle. And if you go full circle from 0 all the way to where you started from, that is known as a full angle. Okay, so there goes ArrowSurf, acute, right, obtuse, straight, reflex, and full. Now let's take a look at some examples. All right, so the instructions are for us to sketch an angle of the following. using the descriptions. Okay, so let's take a look at the first example. Number one, what if you were to graph an obtuse angle? Obtuse angle, an obtuse angle that's given by angle ABC. All right, so let's go ahead and graph it. So in Arrowsurf, we know that obtuse basically means that you are between what and what? Obtuse is between 90 and 180 degrees, right? So that's what we're going to do. So to get us started, we're going to draw our compass to get us oriented properly, north, south, east, and west. So the first side, the first ray, let's put it on 0. Okay, let me change that. All right, so there goes the first ray right here. And then the second ray has to be between 90 and 180. So this is 90 and this is 180. So we're going to place it somewhere right here. Okay, so this angle that we just created, this angle is an obtuse angle because it's between 90 and 180 degrees. Okay, so let's put the label in. It's ABC. So we just put a point here. That's the first point, A. And then the angle is right, the vertex is right on B, right there. B, and then the other ray C goes through the point C. So we have angle ABC, which is an obtuse angle because the measure is between 90 and 180 degrees. All right, let's try another example. What if you have a right angle Y, given by angle Y? Okay, so let's do this. Let's get our compass together so we have our orientations straight. So north, south, east, and west. Always start from 0 degrees so we don't make any mistakes, okay? So starting due east, this is the first ray, or first side. And then we need another one going right angle. What is a right angle? Right angle is equal to 90 degrees, okay? So basically we're going in the direction of the positive y-axis straight up like this. Bam. Okay, so this angle right here is a right angle. Okay, and then we just put y. Notice that for right angles you use like a box for it, for right angles. Okay, so this is angle y. This is a graph of angle y. All right, let's take a look at question 3. So for question 3, let's say we're to graph the straight angle AIG. Alrighty. All right, so what's a straight angle? A straight angle is an angle that's equal to 180 degrees. Okay. All right, so let's do it. We're going to start off by drawing our nice little compass. Let me make it blue this time so we see the difference. So we'll make our compass north, south, east, and west. So we'll start from the positive x direction. That's our 0 degrees. All right, so that's the first side. Okay, and then I'll move this to the right a little bit. I don't want to run out of space. And then we're going to rotate 180 degrees, which would just take us in the opposite direction of this ray. So it's going to head that way, like that. Bam. And the angle that represents our straight angle is this angle right here, from here all the way to there. Let me draw it again. So from here to there. And this is angle A. So put A on the first side. And then I, the letter in the center represents where the vertex is, I. And then G is going to be a point on the other side, which is G right here. So this angle AIG is an example of a straight angle. All right, let's take a look at another example. What if we're to graph an acute angle? An acute angle and it's angle JPM. All right, so what is an acute angle? Do you remember what an acute angle is? That's the first one in our surf. An acute angle is any angle that's between 0 and 90 degrees. Okay, quadrant number 1. Okay, so to get us started, let's draw our compass to get our orientation together. North, south, east, and west. So let's draw the first ray going in the 0 direction. So that's 0. Now the second ray is going to be between 0 and 90 degrees. Okay, so it's going to be somewhere here. So it could be anywhere here, as long as it's not right here. Anywhere here will be an acute angle. So let's just put it right here. As long as it resides in the first quadrant, it will meet the definition of an acute angle. Okay, so this angle that we have right here, this is an angle, this is an acute angle. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put in the letters. So J will be the point on the first side. P is going to be a point on the vertex because it's in the center. And then M will be a point on the second side. So this angle right here, angle JPM, is an acute angle because it's between 0 and 90 degrees. All right, let's take a look at the last example, number 5. What if we were to graph a reflex angle? A reflex angle, and the reflex angle is angle USD. Let's do it. So to get us started, we're gonna go ahead and draw our compass, get ourselves oriented, north, south, east, and west. First one goes in the 0 direction. Okay, so that's the first ray, contains the first point U. And then the other one, where does the other one go? It's an obtuse angle, right? So what if you think about arrow surf? What on earth are, I'm sorry, it's reflex angle. What on earth are reflex angles? Reflex angles are angles that are between 180 degrees and 360 degrees. So the second side should be anywhere here in this, either in quadrant, anywhere here will work. Okay, in quadrant 3 or quadrant 4, we have flexibility there. Okay, so let's put in quadrant 3. That will be sufficient. So we're gonna put it right here, and then notice we have an obtuse angle and a reflex angle here. So we want to specify which one is a reflex angle. We're gonna go in this direction right there. That's a reflex angle. Why is it a reflex angle? Well, it is a reflex angle because reflex angles are between 180 degrees and 360 degrees. Okay, let's put in the letters. U, the first point, is going to be on the first side. S will be on the vertex right there. That's S. And then D will be on the second side. All right, so the angle on top, USD, represents a reflex angle because it is between 180 degrees and 360. All right, it's now your turn to do some practice problems. So I'd like you to pause the video presentation at this time and try out these 6 problems. When you are done, click on the playback button and we're going to reveal what the answers are. All right, so go ahead and pause the video at this time, and then we're gonna have you try out these examples. Alrighty, welcome back. So hopefully you had a chance to try out the examples. Let's take a look at what the answers are. So the first one, right angle 1, it's gonna look something like this. Oh, sorry, change that. Right angle 1, I'll label them after I draw them. Okay, so it's gonna be a 90-degree angle. All right, so that's what the first one kind of sort of looks like. A little bit shorter. And then for number 2, we have an acute angle. We know what acute angles are. They are between 0 and 90 degrees. So number 2, we have an acute angle, GHI. Looks something like that. For number 3, we have an obtuse angle. It's between between 90 and 180. And then here we have a reflex angle, which is between 180 and 360. And then for number 5, we have a straight angle. And then number 6, we have a full angle. All right, let's go ahead and label them. So this one is a right angle. Remember, your right angles use a little box for it. So this is angle 1. And then this guy right here is GH on the vertex, I. And then this guy right here is the obtuse angle, X. And then here we have the reflex angle. This part right here is the reflex angle, okay? So it's C, and then the vertex is A, C, A, and they have another point here, N. And then over here we have a straight angle. So B, A, C, of course, the vertex is on A. So we're looking at this angle from here to here. And then full angle M. You're just going from 0 full circle, bam, right here. Angle M is your full angle. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, how well did you do with these practice problems? Let us know in the comment section below how well you did out of 6. If there are any questions, clarifications, or concerns about what we just went over, or any of these practice problems, let us know in the comment section below, and we'll be more than glad to support you. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this presentation. I really appreciate it. If you found the contents of this tutorial helpful in your study of angles, do give us a thumbs up. Your positive feedback is extremely valuable to us. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel for updates to other tutorials such as this. If you have any questions or comments, just place it in the comments section below, and we'll be more than glad to support you. Don't forget to visit our website at mathgotserved.com for tons of support resources to help you do well in math. Thanks again for watching, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.